The Philippines is one of the most beautiful countries you'll ever visit. But let's be honest, not everything is white sand and smiling faces. If you show up thinking you're in paradise and let your guard down, you'll get played. Overpriced tours, fake girlfriends, rigged money changers, and tricycle rides that somehow cost more than your flight. In this video, we're diving into what travel blogs won't tell you, the real safety tips, common scams, and what not to do if you don't want to end up broke, stranded, or starring in a video you never agreed to record. I've spent over 12 years living across the islands, and I've seen everything. The good, the bad, and the just plain weird. If you're planning to visit or even move to the Philippines, this one might just save your trip or your dignity. Let's get into it. Physical safety. Let's get this straight. The Philippines is generally safe, especially in tourist-friendly areas. You're not walking into a war zone, but you're also not in Zurich. Most of the trouble tourists get into, it's from not paying attention. Stick to the main destinations: Cebu, Palawan, Bohol, Siargao, Dumaguete, Boracay, and Manila's tourist zones, and you'll be fine. These areas want your business, and most locals will go out of their way to help you out. But there are regions you should avoid, and I'll be blunt here. Mindanao is one of them. Lately, I've seen a wave of YouTubers, mostly local expats, promoting Mindanao as a hidden gem. You'll hear things like, Davao is the safest city in the Philippines, and how the media has it all wrong. That might sound tempting, but I strongly disagree. There's still ongoing conflict, insurgent activity, and kidnapping risks in several parts of Mindanao. Even if a few cities feel safe on the surface, that doesn't mean it's a good idea for first-timers. There are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines. You don't need to prove anything by going off the map. I know some people will criticize this, but I've been around long enough to say, use your common sense. Be cautious. If it's your first time, stay away. Now, even in the safer areas, things change after dark. Places like downtown Manila, Cebu City, Angeles, or near port areas, don't let your guard down. Keep your phone in your pocket, your bag in front of you, and never follow someone just around the corner. Pickpocketing happens in markets, jeepneys, bus stations, and ferry terminals. Keep it tight. And just because you're taller doesn't mean you're invincible, especially if the guy next to you has 5 cousins and a bolo. Lastly, the golden rule: respect gets respect. Be polite, be humble, and avoid acting like the main character. Tourist scams. If you land in the Philippines wide-eyed and trusting, don't be surprised if you walk away lighter in spirit and in wallet. Let's start with the basics. The overpriced ride scam. Whether it's a tricycle, habal, or even a taxi at the airport, the first quote they give you isn't a price, it's a test. They're checking how clueless you are. No meter? Walk away or negotiate before the engine starts. If you're in Manila, use white meter taxi or Grab app. In smaller towns, ask locals what the ride should cost. Better yet, ask a sari-sari store auntie. They always tell the truth. Sketchy money changers. You'll see signs offering amazing exchange rates, just slightly better than the others. That's your first red flag. They'll count the money fast, use sleight of hand, or swap bills while you blink. Always count it yourself, twice. Stick to known chains or change just a little at first if you're unsure. Helpful locals with a plan. Some guy approaches you, friendly smile. Good English. Where are you from, my friend? Oh, my cousin is a guide. My uncle has a boat. Next thing you know, you're on a tour that costs triple and ends in his cousin's souvenir shop with a 500 peso mango magnet. Be polite but firm. You're not rude for saying no thanks. You're just not funding someone's extended family reunion. Fake fees and hidden charges. At ports and terminals, someone might walk up in a semi-official shirt and ask for some environmental fee or processing tax. Double check. These fees do exist, but they're posted clearly at counters or windows, not whispered by someone with no ID. Online and romance scams. If you've spent more than 5 minutes on Facebook, TikTok, or a dating app while mentioning the Philippines, you've probably already got a message that starts with, "Hi Po, where are you from?" Let's be real. Not every Filipina you meet online is trying to scam you, but enough are that you better be prepared. Video call blackmail scam. She seems sweet, cute, a little flirty. Suddenly, it's a video call, and then she wants you to take things to the next level. Here's the catch. She's recording. Later, you'll get a message saying she will send that recording to your wife, your boss, or your church prayer group unless you pay. Yes, it sounds like something from a Netflix drama, but this scam is real, and a group of women running it was caught recently. The endless emergency. She needs money for a load, her niece's hospital bill, a dead Lola, a flooded rice field. Some of these stories are true, but the moment you become the ATM with a heart, it's game over. If every message comes with a Gcash number, it's not a relationship. It's a subscription. Love bombing and fast forwarding. Some will move fast. Calling you hubby after 2 days. Talking about marriage after 1 week. It feels romantic. Until you realize you are one of 5 husbands sending cash for her dream sorry store that never opens. Look, real connections can happen. But if it feels too good, too fast, slow it down. Red flags you shouldn't ignore. Never wants to meet in person. Avoids video calls unless she controls them. Always a signal for asking money, never for calling. Every sentence ends in, "Promise baby." Online love in the Philippines can be real, but so are fake profiles. Stolen pics and long games designed to empty your wallet while filling your heart with false hope. Don't send money. Don't share personal videos. And remember, love is blind, but Western Union sees everything. Safety tips that actually matter. So you're here, you're excited, and you've watched a few YouTube videos. Great, but let's get into the real-world safety tips that aren't always mentioned in glossy travel guides. 1. Don't flash your wealth. Leave the Rolex at home. Don't wave your latest iPhone around in crowded jeepneys or markets. You're usually safe, but why invite unnecessary attention? Stay low-key. 2. Keep your bag in front. Backpacks are for your front in busy areas. In markets, bus terminals, or festivals, bag snatching and pickpocketing do happen. Crossbody bags work best. 3. Use small bills. A 1,000 peso note won't get you far in a sorry store. Drivers and vendors often don't have change, especially when it works in their favor. Carry small bills and coins. 4. Ride-hailing apps are your friend. In cities, use Grab instead of hailing taxis. It's safer, avoids meter scams, and you'll know exactly how much to pay. No arguing, no surprises. 5. Be mindful when drinking. Yes, the nightlife is fun, but don't get wasted alone and never leave your drink unattended. Phone snatching and bag grabbing peak after midnight in party areas. 6. Be wary of instant friends. Some people are genuinely kind. Others see you as a walking ATM. Use your judgment, especially if someone you just met wants to help you find a hotel, borrow your phone, or talk about business deals. 7. Know how to deal with police. Most police officers are fine, but some may try to intimidate you, especially on the road. If you are in an accident, even if it's clearly the local's fault, the foreigner often ends up guilty by default. Sometimes, officers might cite made-up violations, like questioning your paperwork for driving a rental scooter, or claiming you need a permit to film in public. Most of the time, they're testing how much you know. Stay calm, be respectful, and don't pay bribes on the spot. Ask for a written citation and deal with it properly. Know your basic rights. Filming in public is legal unless clearly restricted. 8. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Walk away. Whether it's a too friendly stranger, a special rate, or someone offering you a shortcut through a dark alley, your instincts are better than Google Maps. Wrap up. So, is the Philippines safe? Yes, mostly. Millions of tourists visit every year without issues. But like anywhere, it's not just about where you go. It's how you move, how you act, and what you pay attention to. Stay alert in crowded places. Don't flash wealth. Be smart with strangers. And don't assume that every uniform means authority or every smile means trust. Also, don't let fear ruin the adventure. Most people you'll meet are kind, curious, and welcoming. But having a bit of knowledge about the scams, street smarts, and cultural differences will make your trip smoother and safer. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. I share real stories and practical advice from 13 years in the region, focused on the Philippines, Cambodia, and Southeast Asia. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, travel smart, and see you in the next one.